You guys got the big win here versus UTEP. Isn't it always fun? It seems like when you and UTEP get together.
Yeah, we've had some pretty good battles the last couple of years. I think the regular season games last year were both like 4-point games. They're a good team. They fight like crazy, and number one focus is don't get outworked. They're going to play very hard, and we got to match their intensity and continue to talk about valuing the basketball, reducing those turnovers. We're dying to get one of those single turnover games. And we were close tonight, and we had one late that got us to 10, but we're getting closer.
A different level of energy tonight versus the last game. Is that something a point of emphasis?
Well, we always talk about that, and again, I was a little surprised that we didn't play that way against Southeast Oklahoma the other day. We prepared so well. I thought we'd come out and play just like that in that game. We didn't, so we came back and had a bunch more good practices, and came out and started the game the right way. The ball went in the hole early, which helps you so much. You see that ball go in, and guys making shots. Both halves. We started the second half, I think, with a 7-0 run. So, ball goes in, it looks a lot better. I think our defense, we've been playing pretty good defensively, but it just gives a better look when the ball's going in the hole on the other end.
What impact did foul trouble have on the way you managed your lineups tonight?
We were just a little careful. I played guys with 2 more this year than ever before. In the past, we've always just get that second foul, you're going to sit for the whole first half. But especially with like Giovanni when he gets foul trouble. Now we've got so many ball handlers that we don't panic. We go ahead and let him play. If he gets that third one, it's not the end of the world. Javon, same thing. Byron's usually pretty smart. When he gets fouls, he can usually avoid getting in big foul trouble. So we just trusted our guys. We threw a couple of them back in there with 2 fouls in the first half. But we subbed a lot. Our bench guys gave us a great lift again. A-Tim was fantastic. Adrian, he's right in there in our minds in the rotation. It's just some nights we're playing 3 big guys instead of 4. But then he came in there and gave us a great lift in the first half with a bunch of rebounds, and he's ready to help us.
Gilliard was in foul trouble for them. Do you attack a little bit differently or talk to the guys about that during the game?
He's a tricky guy because he's figured out how to draw fouls, and he bangs into people, and so we want to be real careful that we didn't let him bait us into anything, and so he was in foul trouble, which probably limited him from doing that. But he's a guy, when a guy gets 4 fouls, you want to go right at him, but we also want to be leery of him trying to draw fouls back on us.
But you see a game like this for Keaton Wallace so often. 23 points, 8 boards, and 4 blocks. Across the way in the box score like that. Is it almost like, can you almost take that for granted now that he does it so often? Or?
I probably do, and probably leads to frustration sometimes because I expect him to make every, he gets those open shots. I think he's going to make every single one of them. Again, we talk about his preparation for a young guy. He's got a very mature approach to his game and to the way he handles his business. He works hard. He's here early. He watches a lot of film. He prepares the right way. His athleticism is becoming very noticeable. We talked earlier about him gaining 20 pounds, but man, he's up around the rim more, tipping. He's going to the offensive glass, but getting results. He's blocking shots, so he's doing great things. He's a guy also defensive that doesn't have any breakdowns, whether it be individually or with our schemes defensively. He does a lot of things right, so love the way he's playing.
Also, how meaningful is it to have all 8 guys? I guess you played 8 tonight, but all of them got scored, got into the scoring column.
Yeah.
How meaningful is that right now?
It's good. We spent a lot of time working on some things this week to make sure Byron's touching the ball. He started out great and gave us some good lift early in the second half as well. He's just such a mismatch guy. It just gives us such a different look. They tried cross-matching some things, putting their 5-man on him. So we went and set some real low, tight ball screens that allowed him to get into the paint and shoot his little floaters. And he doesn't, he generally doesn't force things. He can kick it out. So to get him involved and then have everybody else, like you said, that's fantastic. We can't be a 2-man show offensively. We know that. Nick Allen's feeling a lot better. He's had some great practices. He's moving around, playing with confidence. He had the big play there where he drove at the big guy and dunked it. So that's the only way we're gonna have a chance to be really good is if we get a bunch of guys clicking offensively. Take care of the basketball, get more people involved. Javon and Keaton are gonna have big nights most nights, and we need to be a better offensive team.
you have this odd back-to-back situation with UTEP. What can you take from tonight's game? I know you still have to look at the film, but what do you think you could take from tonight's game to Saturday?
We'll really look at mismatch. They did a great job preparing for us. Our coaches, we call a play, and we probably have more plays than anybody in the country. Our playbook is huge. And we went through almost all of them tonight, and we'd call one, and they'd see the beginning action. They would sit on it. So they did a good job with that. But we'll look at again the matchups a lot. When they had the 5 on Byron, sometimes that was to our advantage. So there'll just be some subtle adjustments. We still got to move the ball. We still got to take care of the basketball. Still got to compete like we did tonight.
What do you make of UTEP now that you've seen them live and on the floor here one time? I mean, you beat them 3 times last year, but they got a lot of different guys. What do you think of them right now?
Yeah, it's a pretty new system and a bunch of different guys.
Probably trying to figure out what their coaches want.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, again, they're going to be a team. As they move forward, it's going to be a high-level defensive team. They've got good athletes. They got some young guys out there right now, but just tonight the thing that helped us is they just didn't shoot the ball very well. So again, it comes down to knowing your personnel. But now Rodney's going to do a great job with them. He did a great job at Fresno. He left there and they're still winning. They've got a great team right now. He's got some terrific young players. I know they're recruiting high level. They're going to be a handful. It'll be a handful for us on Saturday, but moving forward, they'll be a good team.